Hey, Shalom, brothers. This is Brother Howard of GMS Toronto coming back with another one. This show, Snowfall, has many lessons. And this, to me, has to be one of the greatest in the TV show. And it is never trust thine enemy. Now, this young man thought he had it all figured out. Just like every man, this is a lesson for every single man. A lot of times you think you have it all figured out. And you think that you're going to be able to pull these strings. You're going to be able to put this here, put that here, put this there, put that there. Hey, listen, you are not in control of anything. The only person that is in control of everything is Yahweh. He's in control of everything. He's the director of this movie. Right? And if he says that you're going to be poor, you're going to be poor. If he says that you're going to be rich, you're going to be rich. If he says that you're going to be in poverty, you're going to be in poverty. It has nothing to do with you at the end of the day. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Right? That's reincarnation right there. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Right? So it's the Lord when you're going through your turmoil, when you're going through your depression, when you're going through your descent, whatever it is that's happening in your life, he's the one that picks you back up. So what do you have to do? This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. And this is what this young man did. Franklin Saint. He thought he had it all figured out. He thought he was one of the smartest people on the planet. And yes, he's a very intelligent young man. But guess what he didn't do? He didn't put his trust in the Lord. Now, before I play the scene, we're going to figure out who he put his trust in. And we're going to figure out what happened with him and the person who he put his trust in.
Sure, paging me a lot for someone who quit on me. I made a mistake. I want to keep our business going. Look, I was angry. I felt betrayed. I woke up this morning, I was thinking about what we said. How it was going to be you and me until the end. We're not there yet.
Sir, it's too late.
Come on, it's not too late.
Did you hear what he said? I was thinking about what you said, how it was going to be you and me to the end. He sounds like a little woman. I was going to say a little bitch, but I don't really want to call this young man that because he wasn't put on game. Right? Well, he was put on game. His mother and father tried to warn him about the CIA, but he wouldn't listen because he thought he could beat the system. He thought he could beat the white man's nature. And then he learned quickly. That's impossible. Right? So what did this white man do? This white man used the same trick that a pimp would use on a hoe. You tell a hoe, baby, it's going to be you and me until the end. She's going to believe that. She's going to buy that. Right? So really and truly in this scenario, Franklin is the hoe. And he got pimped out.
Late. It's never too late. I mean, you really think you could trust Louie? She's not ready. She's gonna
right? Now, this is him throwing his own auntie, his own blood. Right? Well, no, him and Louie are not blood, but by marriage, she married his uncle, who is his blood. Right? So that's his auntie-in-law. And he's throwing his own aunt under the bus and begging like a little girl. Like a little bitch, he's begging. You know when a woman leaves you and she messes up and she comes back into your life and she tries to tell you that, yo, this woman is not better than me. I'm a better woman than your new woman, and I could do better, and I could do, like a little bitch.
Get her world up.
Maybe she'd get me shot. Right? Maybe her father would go to the press, that kind of thing. Look, you want to stay in business, I suggest you go buy your bricks from Louis. I gotta go.
All right, look, you know what? It's fine. If you want to play that way, it's fine. Just put the money back into my account, and then and you and me will have no problem.
So what?
Don't do that. Don't play dumb.
Buddy, I got no idea what you're talking about.
Right? Yeah. Like you had no idea what happened to my pops. Huh? Like I'm sure you had no idea who torched Arby's warehouse and disappeared him. Look, how stupid do you think I am?
Bobby's missing, are you sure?
Stop with the fucking bullshit, okay? I did everything you wanted, and you fucked me.
Listen, if somebody got a hold of your cash, I'm sorry. I warned you about being so visible. I warned you about bringing your money into the camp.
Listen to me, you cracker motherfucker. Listen to me, okay?
See, this is when he starts to see who this man is. But it took him this long to see that this guy, Teddy, the guy who works for the CIA, it took him this long to see that this man is the damn devil, calling him a cracker now. It took you that long to see that he was a cracker, right? You thought he was your friend. You were walking around proud to know him, right? You thought you were on another level. You thought you were exempt from judgment. And now he's finding out.
Hey, if I don't have that money in 24 hours, I promise to God that I will devote every second I have on this green earth to making sure you and everybody you care about suffers. Do you understand me?
You should be very careful right now. You think you've lost everything? Just wait.
See, look at his face. Sounds like a woman scorned. He looks like a woman scorned, right? He's lost everything, and now he's lost the most important thing, his lover. Who's his lover? The serpent. Who's the serpent? This guy, Teddy. Who's Teddy? CIA. Who's the CIA? He's a representation of the whole United States. He's a representation of all you Caucasians. He's a representation of you Edomites, the wicked that the Bible speaks about. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 1. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 12. I apologize. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and 1. It says, when thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. Meaning that you don't just do good. A lot of people think that doing good, you just see a homeless person on the road, you give to the homeless person. Why? You don't know who that homeless person is. Do you know if he's good or not? Do you know anything about him? It says, do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. Okay? So you can't just do good to people. That's not how the Most High looks upon it. It says, there can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Right? So that means you have to give charity. Charity is very important. It says, give to the godly man and help not a sinner. So for you people that just give and think that you're giving in righteousness because you see an old man or an old lady, that old man might be a damn a wicked. Okay? Verse 5. Do well unto him that is lowly, right? But give not to the ungodly. right? So yes, you can give to the lowly, but you have to understand the difference between somebody who's going through a hard circumstance, right? And someone who's just ungodly, a wicked man. Like for instance, when Franklin Saint from Snowfall, when he lost everything, the man started walking around looking like a damn crackhead. Are you supposed to give to somebody like him? No, because he's a sinner. Everything that he's going through, his downfall, is due to his wickedness and his unrighteousness. Okay? It says, hold back thy bread and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him. Oh my gosh, you hear that? So be careful. Be careful who you do good to, right? It says, verse 6, for the Most High hated sinners, and he will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Give unto the good, and help not a sinner. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. Let's read that again. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, right? So when you're doing great, when you're at the height of whatever, let's say the Most High gives you a good run for a year and you're making money and things are going well for you. Anyone that comes around you within that time, those are not your friends. Why? But in adversity, even a friend, no, I'm sorry. It says, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. Okay? Because in adversity, I'm sorry, I got it a little mixed up, because it says a friend cannot be known in prosperity. Right? Because when you're doing good, everybody wants to be your friend. And an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity, because when you're going through adversity, every one of those people who claim that they're your friends, guess what they're going to do? They're going to end up leaving. They're not going to be there. They're not going to be there for you at all. Verse 9, in the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. Verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Right? And this is the prime example of someone trusting their enemy and getting destroyed. So is it good for Franklin Saint? Yes, it was good for Franklin Saint. Right? It was good for him. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Franklin was supposed to take good heed of Teddy a long time ago. Long time ago. Right? He was never supposed to do business with Teddy. He wasn't supposed to be a part of that business at all. His life was supposed to go down another path, a righteous path. Right? But he chose to go the path of the left-hand side with the CIA, with Teddy, with the United States government. And guess what? And he got burnt. So, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And they picked a perfect character in Teddy. Because when you look at Teddy, you're looking at this guy like, this guy poses no threat. He can pass for an average Edomite, a nerd, a dweeb, and you wouldn't think that this man is a straight up killer, an assassin. Okay? And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. And that's all Teddy was doing, man. Teddy was trying to act like Franklin and him were on the same level, knowing the whole time what he was going to do to Franklin. The whole time, Teddy knew exactly what he had to do, because that was a part of the mission as well, to clean up all loose ends. Franklin was a loose end. Of course, he was a loose end because he could tie the American government to illegal activities such as selling crack cocaine. Come on. Come on now. Okay? It says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. And that's why on the phone call he looked like that, because he was pricked. That's why he called him a cracker. Well, guess what? It's too late. It's too late. He was pricked with his father's words. He was pricked with his mother's words. He was pricked with his uncle's words. He was pricked with his auntie's words. He was pricked with his friends' words that try to warn him against this whole business. But he didn't listen. He thought he could outsmart the serpent. Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Let's go look at him. Right? Here's the charmer. Who will pity him? Why would you pity him? He did this to himself. Right? He thought he could outsmart Teddy, which means that he thought he could outsmart the CIA, which means that he thought he could outsmart the whole United States government. That's how silly this man is. He's looking at Teddy, not understand Teddy has backing. Silly boy. Right? It says, verse 13, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Does he not know who the CIA is? Does he not know their track record? And that's what he came. He came nigh to a wild beast. And what happens when you get close to a wild beast? You get bit. Verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? And that's what happened to Franklin Saint. He was defiled with the sinner. Right? The same thing happened with Eve. The same thing happened with Adam. They were defiled with a sinner. Right? They thought they could charm the serpent, and the serpent ended up biting them, because the serpent told Eve that she would not die. And guess what? Of course she would die. Of course she would. Right? Let's read that again. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, right? Talking about his knowledge, that left-hand side of knowledge, and his practices, the different Luciferian ideologies, right? So who will pity? Verse 15, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. And that's exactly what happened to Franklin. When Franklin was fallen, where was the serpent? Serpent wasn't there. It was time for the serpent to leave. The serpent was done with you. You already did your job. And you were replaceable. Okay? Verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Let's read that again. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. And that's exactly what that cracker was doing with Franklin on the phone. He was speaking sweetly with his lips. Oh, are you serious? No, that happened. Oh, you lost all your money? Oh my gosh, I told you not to do this. I told you not to do that. You should have listened to me. Knowing damn well he's the one that robbed the man for his money. Okay? An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. And what's that change in his countenance? That smirk, laughing at your downfall. And I know people like this. I know people like this, man. I've been through situations like this, and I know people like this that laugh at your downfall. Their downfall is the time for their Your downfall is the time of their celebration, which means that they were waiting for your downfall. Some people are waiting for your death so they can replace you. They want what you have. They want your woman, right? They want all of that, man. They want they want your food. They want your side of the bed. They want to wear your clothes. Right? Covetous, man. A lot of covetous people in this world, man. This is Matthew 6:25. I'm going to end it off here. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than remnant? Right? So, brothers, put your trust in the Most High, man. The Most High will take care of everything. Promise you that, man. That's a promise. And with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and elder apostles of GMS that rule well and that teach well, and to the brothers on the four corners of the earth doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom. Till next time. Kwame Asharala.